Hello, hello, hello. Facebook and Instagram. We are double live streaming. Here we are in the double live stream. So we need to share. I'm going to answer some of the questions that were asked about money and wealth and receiving on Instagram. And we're also just really quickly going to share this Facebook video to my personal page over on Facebook. Hey, hey, everyone say hi to me as you're hopping on. Friends on Instagram and friends on Facebook. My hair is looking really frizzy today. Hello, Mallory. All right, what's happening here? Hey, Andrea. Say hi to me on, say hi to me on Instagram also. I've requested that Facebook change my business page name to Just Leah Steele. So far, they have not done it. Usually they like to fight with me like 3 times around whether or not they're gonna do it. They're just ignoring me at this point. Okay, so I asked over on Instagram if anyone had any questions they wanted me to answer around wealth, money, or receiving. And so I've got some questions and I'm going to answer some of them, and that's what we're going to do. It's just what's going to happen. I'm going to share this to the magical life. Okay, so hi everyone. Say hi to me as you're hopping on so I know you are here, and then tell me if you're on Instagram what your first name is and where you're watching from. So I'm just gonna jump in, because I want to have time to like talk over these, answer these questions. And if you have another question, you can definitely type it in and I'll answer your questions as well. The bees just came. Kezia, am I saying it right? Kezia from Seattle. Hello. Am I saying it right? So yeah. If you have a question, you can go ahead and type it in the comments if you're watching on Facebook, or you can head over to Instagram and you can type it in. So every day I'm going to be answering a couple of questions. So ask me anything. And there's a vehicle to go and put your questions in over on Instagram. If you just go to my stories every day, I'll have a question box there. So questions today. The first one is, do you think having plenty of money comes with obligations or responsibilities? This is a really interesting question. Because I think most people would say yes, that they believe that it does come with obligations and responsibilities. Thanks, Megan. Here's the thing. I am very much in a place, do you guys love that Lakshmi's just right here? Goddess of wealth and prosperity. She's just like hanging out right there in the background on the wealth alchemy. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? Maybe we need to maybe she needs to just come over here and sit on my leg while we're doing this live stream. Lovely Lakshmi. I'm actually not gonna hold her, but she is there and she's just gonna hang out there in the background. Right there. There she is. Mallory is watching from California, but her heart is in Bali. I know. Well, she needs to get her physical body to Bali also. So I am a person that really, really believes in not living my life from a place of obligation, not doing things out of obligation. So the first thing that I would say is that I don't believe that me personally, I don't believe that having plenty of money comes with obligations. Because I don't believe in obligations in any area of my life. I believe in doing things from a soul-aligned place. I believe in doing things because because I am inspired to do them. I believe in doing things because I really desire to do them, but I don't believe in doing things out of obligation. So that the same goes with money, right? So responsibility is a little bit different, right? And so, do I believe that having plenty of money comes with responsibilities? Well, I mean, listen, I feel like Kimberly from New Zealand. Not sure why you're here watching, but you are. Well, welcome. Nice to have you here. You know, the responsibility thing is interesting because obviously, you know, the more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay, the more money you make. You know, I think that certainly having more money can come with more responsibilities, but that is if you choose to take on those responsibilities, because, you know, we can increase our cost of living, or we can keep our cost of living the same and not increase our responsibilities, right? And not increase our responsibilities to the outside world. So I guess if the question is, do I believe that having plenty of money comes with moral obligations and responsibilities? No, I don't. Because I don't think that money, I don't believe that those two things exist on the same pole. I don't believe that having money has to do with being moral. Now, do I deeply desire to give money to causes that I really care about? Yes. And does having more money allow me and enable me to do that? Yes. So, but it's something that I desire to do. It's something that I want to do. It's not something I'm doing out of obligation or because I'm responsible to do it, right? Or that I have a responsibility to do it. So, that's the first question. Can I switch questions? Okay, so here's the next one. This is really cool that I can just answer the little questions over here on Instagram. I like it. We did just jump in. You're here for the shenanigans. We can shenanigan in the middle, but yeah, we just jumped in because I'm double live streaming from Instagram. Live streaming on Instagram, live streaming on Facebook. My hair is still like super wet. It looks really greasy, but it's not. It's just wet. Okay, how do you deal with guilt about having more money than other people? Well, that's simple. I don't fucking have any guilt about having more money than other people. And the other piece of that is that I truly believe that the more money I have, the more help I can give and the more good I can do in the world. So I actually don't ever approach it from a place of guilt. It's just like more money, more help. More money, the more good I can do in the world. And so I don't actually feel bad or guilty about having more money than other people. So those are the two that I wanted to answer, I think, today. Starseed Awakening, Miss Athena Bailey sent a question, but it got cut off, so I don't know what the whole question is. So we should message her right now and say, Athena, we didn't get your whole question. What was it? We could guess what her question was. Here's her question, but it got cut off. So she says, how do you deal with it when people around you, colleagues, friends, and family react to you, what, being fabulous? I'm super happy when they react to me being fabulous. I'm like super wondering what her question is though. So we're gonna message her right now. So who else has a question? If you're watching from Instagram or you're watching from Facebook and you have a question, this is like ask me anything, money, wealth, receiving, anything having to do with money or money mindset or spirituality in relation to money or morality in relation to money or receiving, any of that stuff. And feel free to shenanigan. If all of you are saying you want shenanigans so badly, like go ahead and shenanigan. And of course my phone is dying. Well, there's some shenanigans that we haven't had in a while. Needing to leave the live stream to go get my charger. After react to. All right, well, we'll wait until we have 5% battery and then we will go get the charger. That's what we will do. So, we don't know what her question is, so we're gonna have to wait for her to respond. Have you never had the guilt or have you worked through it? Well, listen, so I don't think I've ever had the guilt because when I was young, we didn't have money. And so I didn't have guilt around it. And when I started making money, I was working my ass off to earn the money. So I didn't have guilt around it. And now when I'm making lots of money, my belief is just I can do more good in the world. I can help more people the more money I have. Any other? Who else has a question? So there was a couple of things that I thought I would touch on today, and now I can't remember what they were. Fine, don't have shenanigans. I don't care. I was obviously fine with not having shenanigans. I jumped right into the live stream. You guys were the ones that were complaining about not having shenanigans, so I was like, fine, have a shenanigan. Have a shenanigan. What do I do in my life? Like as a job or as a profession or as a career, I am a spiritual business coach and soul purpose coach. That is what I do. What were your thoughts on money when you were young and how have they changed? So, oh my goodness. So when I was little or when I was young or growing up, I was raised by a single mom. And so, you know, there was never enough. Well, I'm not going to say that. There was always just enough. There was never a surplus, but there was always just enough. And my mom really broke her back to give me the things that I wanted or that I desired, but it always came with a lot of stress. And my mom was a really hard worker, so I believed that you had to work really hard to make money. And that even if you worked really hard to make money, that you know, there was always going to be just enough. And this is a pattern that I have had to work really, really hard to break through, because much of my adult life, no matter how much money I was making, it would be like making tons of money and at the end of every month, back to zero, right? Like literally like paycheck to paycheck or month to month, like ending up at the same dollar amount every single month, because that was emotionally conditioned into me, that there's always just enough. And but on the other flip side of that is that I've always believed since I was a little girl that I could manifest basically anything that I desired. Manifesting has always been relatively easy for me. So, I've always been fascinated with it, and I've always been interested in like how to manifest and learning. You know, it's always been something where it's just like I want to learn more about how to manifest and more about how to manifest, and still to this day it's probably the thing that like fascinates me the most, and I'm constantly working on how do I manifest quicker, how do I get more specific, how do I get more clarity so that I can manifest more rapidly and manifest more. And so yeah. So the one thing that I did that changed my money mindset and my money mentality drastically was I did Money Mentality Makeover with Amanda Francis, which I still just like, you know, swear by. It's amazing. She opens that program once a year. And it's amazing. And that changed a lot for me, especially around, just around being able to work through the limiting beliefs. And then going through the spiral for the first time really helped a lot with the worthiness and the deserving around money. And I continue to just do money clearing and wealth clearing, you know, about every other day. I'm doing some kind of wealth resonance, wealth clearing, wealth, money clearing, receiving clearing. But this is my life and this is my world. So wealth consciousness stuff is just a part of my, my daily practice. I'm always looking for new books. I'm always looking for new clearing technique. I just launched this amazing program, Ouroboros, that's starting in April, which is deep, intensive emotional clearing work and limiting belief work, and not for the faint of heart program that is going to be starting here in a few weeks. You always say it gets to be easy. What does this mean, and what tips do you have to make it less hard? I did actually a whole live stream on that. And so definitely I would go back and watch that live stream I did. Like, I think I titled it, "What do I mean by it gets to be easy?" So, and I think mostly what I mean by that is that it is all about mindset. It all comes down to belief and intention. And so it does get to be easy if you allow it to be. We are our biggest obstacles. And so most of the time we are making things so much more difficult than they need to be. And so it's just that idea of, what do I desire? How do I want it to be? What do I want my relationship with money to be like? And then deciding that that's what it's going to be like and calling that in. And I think for me, how do you make it less hard? Well, you make it less hard by just calling yourself on your bullshit every single second of every single day, and not allowing yourself to buy into your excuses. Let's see. Okay. How do you money clear? Well, I'm a spiral practitioner, and so I use spiral modality clearing technique. And if you're interested in that, you can definitely go check out clearyourshit.com, or get Dane Thomas's book, Clear Your Shit. It explains a lot. He's got some how-to clearing videos on his website as well, on the Clear Your Shit website or on the Spiral website. And so that is the technique that I use to do emotional clearing work. So for money clearing, I do all kinds of different things. I do root clears, I do statement clears, I do quadrant clears, I do wealth resonance clearing. So there's a whole bunch of tools that I have in my tool belt for doing my money clearing work, which is what my new program, Ouroboros, is all about, is really deep diving into the clearing work. One of the things that we're doing in there is ancestral line clearing on both the maternal and the paternal side. We are going to be looking at this lifetime money blocks and conditioning from past lifetimes, from parallel lifetimes, and from future timelines. So it's really, really, really intense. Yes, spiral the world for sure. Spiral the world, spiral the world. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about today? Wealth alchemy. I definitely wanted to answer the questions, and I'll be back answering questions every day. So if you come up with one or you think of one, you can either private message it to me, or you can just come to Instagram and type it in the questions. What other things did I want to riff on today about money? I think one of the things I wanted to talk about today is money leaks. So one of the ways that we can really clean up our energetic frequency around money, and clear up bandwidth to begin to receive more, is to become a really good custodian of the money that we already have and of the money that's already coming into our life. And one of the ways to do that is to look like, I would like a 275 month payment plan for Ouroboros. Well, Mallory, I don't know if we can do 275 months, but I think you know people, so we might be able to arrange something. So in being a good custodian of money, it means like really looking at where we have money leaks. And this is an exercise that I like to do quarterly, and I'm just actually getting ready to do it now. But it's looking at where am I spending money that I don't realize that I'm spending money, and in allowing that to happen, like I'm leaking money. I'm not being a good custodian of my money. So one of the things that I do is I print out my bank statement for about 90 days of back payments, or 90 days of bank statements. God, I'm having a hard time talking today. So I look at February, January, and December, and I will go through that bank statement line item by line item and look at what are the auto pays that are coming out of my account, where am I having any, where is there stuff that I don't know what it is? I mean, that is like probably, and it's like once I do actually figure it out, usually I know what the things are, but I have found when I go through this exercise that I'm usually paying for stuff that I'm no longer using. And then I also sometimes have found stuff on there that like I didn't know was going to be a recurring payment that has become a recurring payment. And it's like, no, I'm not using that service or whatever, or I forgot to like end that free trial for that thing. And it doesn't seem like a big deal because some of this stuff is like $5.99 or $14.99, but it's like when you combine all of that stuff together, it can add up to quite a lot, especially over a 12-month period. But the bigger part of this, so yes, it's like you will be saving money, but the bigger part of this is, this is you showing the universe, I am a good custodian of money. This is you showing the universe, like I'm not just like ignoring what's happening with my money. So one of the other things that I do to be a good custodian of my money is every week I look at how much money I made the week before and how much money I have coming in the upcoming week. And then do I have any red flags about thinking that like any of my people that have payment plans with me are gonna be struggling making their payment plans? And for me, like I'd rather be proactive. So if I know there's somebody on there that I know has been struggling, like I'm gonna reach out to them and be like, hey, is this payment gonna clear? Like, do you need any help or assistance from me? And again, that's good business, but it also is about me being a good custodian of my money. And in being a good custodian of my money and showing the universe that I'm a good custodian of my money, then the universe feels completely free to send me more. Juan! I miss you. My hair misses you. Happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Juan. My amazing hair guru in Salt Lake City, Utah that I had to leave behind. Juan, are you coming to Thailand and Bali with Soraya and David Johns or what? I need to know. Everybody say happy birthday to Juan though. It was his birthday recently. Okay. So yes, Megan's doing Ouroboros. Super exciting. Super excited. No, Thailand. Bali, yes. Okay, good. Come to Bali. You have to come to Bali. That's like not even an option, I don't feel like. I feel like everybody come to Bali. Okay, so yes, he's very sexy and he has really good hair. I mean, as he should, right? So being a good, pageant duty. Okay, yeah. So Juan judges pageants, and what pageant is it, Juan, that you're going to be doing at that time? And you're obviously not, you can't judge the Mrs. Salt Lake City pageant, the Mrs. Utah pageant, because his daughter is in it, so he can't judge it. Do you call her your daughter? What do you call her? I've never actually asked that. His wife's daughter. But do you call her your daughter? I'm so confused. Now we're having shenanigans, see? They come at some point, no matter what. You are the glam squad. Okay, yeah, so he can't. So my friend Soraya, who's absolutely amazing, by the way, is Mrs. Salt Lake City, and she's getting ready to compete in Mrs. Utah, and she's gonna win. And so Juan is on her glam squad. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening there. So go follow Soraya Garfield on her Facebook page, and then you can see all of her amazing Mrs. Salt Lake City pictures. Okay, so any other questions? Anyone else have questions about money, manifesting money, being a good custodian of money, sending mixed signals to the universe? Anyone feel like they're sending mixed signals to the universe about money? So I have 2 programs launching this month, both that I'm really, really excited about. One is my super intensive, the program Ouroboros that we just talked about. And then I also have in about 10 days an official launch of my course, Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game. This is a 4-week course, and it is all the belief work and all the mindset work and a little bit of clearing work, nowhere near as intense as what's happening in Ouroboros. But it's the mindset stuff that that you've probably been learning if you're doing any type of wealth consciousness work on steroids. And we're really gonna dive deeply into the spiritual side of this and how to, oh look, Athena just sent her question, good, so we can answer it. How to dive into the spiritual side of this and really, 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 really understand how our connection with soul, higher self, and source leads to us being able to manifest money. So I haven't said that there was an early bird for the new program, but I suppose we could say that there is an early bird for the new program. The program is $555 for 4 weeks, and I think that we could do an early bird for $444. That would require me to create a payment page for that, right? Or we'll just do a coupon. Okay, we're gonna call it EB Money. You'll get $111 off. And it will be good until the 10th. So, Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game. Oh no, that's the class. Okay, we've got a couple more questions too that we're going to answer in just a second, but we are going to find the Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game. Yes, here is the link. If you were on, if you were on Instagram, you can go to my website, www.theleahsteele.com. Ooh, and I'll answer Juan's question, and I have a question from Joey, and I have a question from Athena, and I will answer all those questions. Okay, so you can go to my website, which is brand new, fabulous, and amazing, by the way, and you can, here is the link for the Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game course. You will enter EB Money to save $111 off. It's only good for 10 days, guys. I mean, only good for 6 days. Because then we're full blown moving into March Money Madness, which is where we are right now. Okay, but you can get an early bird off the course. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be really, really amazing. And that's just a link to the payment page. Like if you already just know you want the course, then go and click it. And otherwise the sales page will be up here in a couple of days. Okay, so let's do Athena first because she just popped her question in, and then we can actually put her question up on, oh no, that's not it. We can put, here's her question. Okay, and the full question is, how do you manage when people around you, friends and colleagues, react badly to your rising income / success? Like friends getting jealous has been very challenging. Okay, so this was a question that was asked. And so I guess the first thing that I want to say is that I have been really, really fortunate in my last recent months when my business has really, really blown up, that all of my friends are like ridiculously supportive of me. Now, early on when I was starting my business and my business began to be really successful, I had a lot of issues with this, and I had women end up actually leaving my friendships ending because of it. And that sucked. It was really, really hard. And it was that like old mentality around, it was the crab bucket mentality stuff that I was talking about the other day. And it was the, not elevating each other and not cheering each other on, but being in a place of competition. And really what it made me realize is that I didn't want those people in my life anyway, and that they weren't true friends, and they never were. Because I will tell you that the women that are in my life now, some of them that I've known for a really, really, really long time, years and years and years, like since I was 11 or 12 years old, and some that are more recent friends, everyone in my life right now empowers me and cheers me on and is like, the biggest cheerleader for me and celebrates my successes with me. And I feel really, really grateful for that. And yeah, it's amazing. But I also am, there's a giant spider right there. I also am I do a lot of journaling on calling in the people in my life, the women in my life in particular. Journaling on and calling in, how do I want my friends to treat me? How do I want to treat them? How do I want our relationship to be? What kind of things are we going to do together? How does the relationship make me feel? Do I feel supported? Do I feel like they're my cheerleaders? And how do I want to do that in return for them? And so I spend a lot of time creating those relationships with belief and intention and creation journaling, right? So, so I'm sorry if you are having that situation, but I think it's just, it is literally the universe showing up for you, telling you, that those people are not your friends, right? And they're not the type of people that you want to have in your life. Okay, and then Juan's question was, oops, what just happened? What did I do? Juan's question was, how do you relate, how do you view or relate to money in your life now? So how I view and relate to money in my life now is I love it. I think it's amazing. And as a neutral resource, money is literally here to help me do all of the amazing things that I desire to do, and to enable me to grow this business and reach more people and help more people. And literally that, for me, making money gets to be easy. And of course there's always like tweaks and things that I need to be doing to like up level and grow the business and grow where I'm at financially. And I have a huge goal this year of paying off all of my old business debt from our addiction treatment programs that closed down. So personal and business debt. And it's like, that can be really challenging. And at the same time, it's like, I know it's all intention and belief, and I know it's all an inner game. So when it comes to money, it's like, I know all I have to do is focus inside and get really clear on what it is that I desire, and then I'm able to manifest that and bring that to fruition. Hopefully that answered your question, Juan. And then, okay. No, there is early bird on Ouroboros. Ouroboros is $3,333. And I haven't been saying this because I've been making people message me. So if you're on this live stream, you're hearing this, and I'm making people message me and not really saying it. But the early bird on Ouroboros is $2,222. Okay. Okay. Joey's question is about staying inside the vibration of attracting money. I always start my day with meditation, always feel great. However, during the day while working, I may be focused on work-related issues for about 3 to 4 hours before I realize that I need to focus back into vibration. What techniques do you use, or can you recommend a technique? So, I think with vibration and frequency and all of that, it's like setting the intention that you're going to hold that throughout the day. So if you're setting yourself up that way in the morning, that's amazing. Like, you're doing your meditation, you're focusing on frequency. As you're finishing whatever it is that your practice, whatever your practice is, I would just then set the intention at the end of that you're going to carry that vibration throughout the day, and that it's going to stay with you and you don't need to worry about it going away, right? Like, just set that intention. This is where I say, like, we sometimes make things so much harder on ourselves than they need to be. They get to actually be easy. I love that it lights you up to talk about what and how you create your ideal community. Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of the most important things in life, right? Like, I'm really, really blessed that I have an amazingly supportive husband that, like, is amazing, right? And I have an amazing group of core friends. I have amazing people that work for me. And so, but all of that happens through being really intentional in what I'm creating in the relationships in my life. So money's the same way. And your relationship with money and your relationship to money is the same thing, right? Be intentional in the relationship that you're creating. And yeah, so I think that's it. So that's it for today's installment of Wealth Alchemy. I will be putting up a new Q&A question in my Instagram stories, so feel free to answer those, and I will answer the questions on tomorrow's live stream. We're going to be talking about being in integrity with yourself and how important that is in manifesting money and creating wealth. Being in personal integrity with yourself. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. I think that's it. Have an amazing day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world as you are watching this live stream or you're watching the replay. If you already know that Ouroboros is for you and you want more information on the program, private message me. And yeah, I think that's it. Have a great day. Mwah!